The boy named Crow. So, you're all set for money then? The boy named Crow asks in his characteristic sluggish voice. The kind of voice you have when you have just woken up and your mouth still feels heavy and dull. But he's just pretending he's totally awake, as always. I nod. How much? I review the numbers in my head. Close to 400,000 yen in cash, plus some money I can get from an ATM. I know it's not a lot, but it should be enough for the time being. Not bad, the boy named Crow says, for the time being. I give him another nod. I'm guessing this isn't Christmas money from Santa Claus. Yeah, you are right, I reply. Crow smirks and looks around. I imagine you have started out by rifling drawers, am I right? I don't say anything. He knows whose money we are talking about, so there's no need for any long-winded interrogations. He's just giving me a hard time. No matter, Crow says. You really need this money, and you are. Going to get it. Beg, borrow, or steal. It is your father's money, so who cares, right? Get your hands on that much, and you should be able to make it. For the time being. But what's the plan after it's all gone? Money isn't like mushrooms in a forest. It doesn't just pop up on its own. You know, you'll need to eat, a place to sleep. One day you're going to run out. I'll think about that when the time comes, I say. When the time comes. Crow repeats as if weighing these words in his hand. I nod. Like by getting a job or something? Maybe. Crow shakes his head. You know you've got a lot to learn about the world. Listen, what kind of job could a 15-year-old kid get in some far-off place he has never been to before? You haven't even finished junior high. Who do you think is going to hire you? I blush a little. It doesn't take much to make me blush. Forget it, he says. You're just starting out and I shouldn't lay all this depressing stuff on you. You have already decided what you're going to do, and all that's left is to set the wheels in motion. I mean, it's your life. Basically, you have to go with what you think is right. That's right. When all is said and done, it is my life. I'll tell you one thing though. You're going to have to get a lot tougher if you want to make it. I'm trying my best, I say. I'm sure you are, Crow says. These last few years you have grown a whole lot stronger. I've got to hand it to you. I nod again, but let's face it, you are only 15, Crow goes on. Your life's just begin, and there's a ton of things out in the world you have never laid eyes on. Things you never could imagine. As always, we are sitting beside each other on the old sofa in my father's study. Crow loves the study and all the little objects scattered around there. Now he's toying with a pea-shaped glass paperweight. If my father was at home, you can bet Crow would never go anywhere near it. But I have to get out of here, I tell him. No two ways about it. Yeah, I guess you are right. He places the paperweight back on the table and links his hands behind his head. Not that running away is going to solve everything. I don't want to rain on your parade or anything, but I wouldn't count on escaping this place if I were you, no matter how far you run. Distance might not solve anything. The boy named Crow lets out a sigh, then rests a fingertip on each of his closed eyelids and speaks to me from the darkness within. we play our game, he says. All right, I say. I close my eyes and quietly take a deep breath. Okay, picture a terrible sandstorm, he says. Get everything else out of your head. I do as he says. Get everything else out of my head. I forget who I am, even. I'm a total blank. Then things begin to surface. Things that, as we sit here on the old leather sofa in my father's study, both of us can see. Sometimes fate is like a small sandstorm that keeps changing direction, Crow says. Sometimes fate is like a small sandstorm that keeps changing direction. You change direction, but the sandstorm chases you. You turn again, but the storm adjusts. Over and over you play this out, like some ominous dance with death just before dawn. Why? Because this storm isn't something that blew you in from far away. Something that has nothing to do with you. This storm is you, something inside you. So all you can do is give in to it. Step right inside the storm, closing your eyes and plugging up your ears so the sun doesn't get in. And walk through it, step by step. There is no sun there, no moon, no direction, no sense of time. Just fine white sand swirling up into the sky like pulverized bone. That's the kind of sandstorm you need to imagine. And that's exactly what I do. I imagine a white funnel stretching vertically up like a thick rope. My eyes are closed tight, hands cupped over my ears, so those fine grains of sand can't blow inside me. The sandstorm draws steadily closer. I can feel the air pressing on my skin. It really is going to swallow me up. Swallow me up. The boy called Crow rests a hand softly on my shoulder, and with that the storm vanishes. From now on, no matter what, you've got to be the world's toughest 15-year-old. That's the only way you're going to survive. And in order to do that, you've got to figure what it means to be tough. You following me? I keep my eyes closed and don't reply. I just want to sink off into sleep like this, his hands on my shoulder. I hear the faint flutter of wings. You're going to be the world's toughest 15-year-old. Crow whispers as I try to fall asleep, as if he were carving the words in a deep blue tattoo on my heart. And you really will have to make it through that violent, metaphysical, symbolic storm, no matter how metaphysical or symbolic it might be. Make no mistake about it. It will cut through flesh like 1,000 razor blades. People will bleed there, and you will bleed too. Hot, red blood. You'll catch that blood in your hands, your own blood and the blood of others. And once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure, in fact, whether the storm is really over. But one thing is certain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what the storm is all about. On my 15th birthday, I will run away from home, journey to a far-off town and live in a corner of a small library. It would take a week to go into the whole thing, all the details, so I'll just give the main point. On my 15th birthday, I will run away from home, journey to a far-off town, and live in a corner of of a small library. It sounds like a little fairy tale, but it's no fairy tale, believe me. No matter what sort of spin you put on it. It is no fairy tale, trust me. This book will imprint your mind. So that's all for today's video. I hope you found it relaxing and comforting. Thank you so much for